company. See, the same thing is mentioned on your screens also. It is the fastest way for a company to raise the capital, and here a select group of investors is issued securities in the form of either shares, or they can be in form of convertible securities also. uh, what is important here to note is that it's not a public issue or a rights issue. Now, as I told you, they get a preference over the equity shareholders with respect to payment of income, as well as the settlement of claims at the time of winding up of the company. However, when we compare these shares to equity shares, they do not carry any voting rights. In talking about the procedure of allotment, in the last line, you can see that a notice needs to be sent to the board of directors at least 7 days before the meeting when you are proposing to come up with a preferential issue of shares. Coming to the difference between preferential issue and a similar term which is used, that is known as private placement, because there also the company is approaching a selected group of investors. What is the basic difference between the two? First and foremost, the meaning. Apart from that, both these allotments are governed by different sections of Companies Act. Then for a private placement, you have to keep the application money in a separate bank account, while there is no such legal requirement under preferential allotment. A private placement needs to be authorized by the Articles of Association of the company. Again, there's no such requirement for preferential issue. Have you people heard the term Articles of Association? Anyone who has Memorandum of Association, Articles of Association? Yes, आशु, आर्टिकल्स एनी आइडिया क्या होते हैं? आई थिंक आप लॉ भी, यू आर स्टडिंग लीगल एस्पेक्ट्स इन दिस सेमेस्टर, so there you will be doing Companies Act in detail also. So, articles of association are the internal rules and regulations followed with respect to working of the company. So, when a private placement, yes, submitted at the time of incorporation for internal rules. So, memorandum is basically a document which defines how the company is dealing with the outsiders, while the internal working of the company is governed by the Articles of Association. So, Articles of Association must authorize the private placement, while there is no such compulsion in case of a preferential allotment of shares. Okay, next term, very in term and a very important term is venture capital. Now, many of you, I think most of you, are aware of this term. So, first, I would like any one of you to explain what venture capital is. This is something which we keep hearing, especially with respect to startups.
मैम वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट आर द पीपल हु लाइक आपके आइडिया में क्या होता है पैसा लगाते हैं, इन रिटर्न दे गेट प्रॉफिट का वो शेयर लेते हैं। जैसे लाइक प्रॉपर इसका एग्जांपल देना चाहिए तो शार्क टैंक का पूरा वो बेसिस ही इस पे है शायद।
हाँ, वेंचर कैपिटल पे ही है। हाँ, गुड गुड यशवर्धन। यस, एनीवन वुड लाइक टू ऐड? मीनिंग, कंसिडरेशन इन्वॉल्व्ड, स्टेजेस, एनी आइडिया? मैक्सिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट कौन सी स्टेज पर होती है? अगर मैं बात करूं स्टेजेस इन लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ अ कंपनी, तो मैक्सिमम कौन सी स्टेज पर वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट इन्वेस्ट करते हैं? Different stages. Okay, Yashwardhan is saying stage one. So, what do we mean by stage one? Because yes, you are right. It is the initial stage. Yes, Manvi, absolutely right. It is known as the seeding stage. तो सीड कैपिटल में मैक्सिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट एंड post that you have the growth stage, the maturity stage, and then the decline stage of the company. So as per studies, more than 60% of the funds is flowing in the venture capital. Now, there has been another study by scholars in Delhi School of Economics who claim that most of the investment is coming in the growth stage. Okay, so there might be variation in the views, but what we see is that in the initial stages of the growth of the company, the maximum investment is being seen, and India is one of the biggest hubs of receiving venture capital. Apart from that, yes, as I explained, venture capital is when a firm is seeing some potential in your business idea and is ready to invest in it in consideration of generally the equity of the startup, so that once your business grows, the venture capitalist can exit from the firm by selling the equity at a much higher price. So it is financing investors, providing funding to startups and small businesses which are believed to have long term potential. For them, for a startup or a small business, the traditional sources of finance are not feasible. They are not capable to come up with an IPO. Banks might not be ready to give them a good loan without collateral. So their venture capitalists, they come to the rescue of such firms. Now they for the firms which lack access, as I told you, to capital market, bank loans, or other debt securities, the venture capitalists enter. The upside is this, that they are getting good finance. The downside is that the venture capitalists take the equity of the company, and then obviously if they are taking up the equity, they have a say in the decision making process in the company also. So, some of the examples of venture capitalist firms in India is given in the last point. And generally, these firms, they look for a novel business idea or a novel technology and invest in IT, software, biotechnology, etc. So, coming to the advantages of venture capital as a source of finance over other traditional source of finance. First, it is injecting long-term equity in the business. They become a business partner. They are sharing the risk and rewards. They are also offering expertise, practical advices in the decision making process. Venture capitalist firms are more, I'll say, established as compared to the startups. So they can share not only their expertise, finances, but their contacts with the startup firms also. And funding or capital infusion is not limited to a single round. There can be subsequent rounds of capital infusion by a venture capitalist if they see that the business is actually growing up to the expected level. So, how does the venture capitalist industry work? So, in exchange for high risk that the VCs assume, and since they are investing in small companies, they take up a significant control in terms of equity, as I told you. Now, venture capitalist firm खुद कहाँ से पैसा रेस कर रहे हैं? Since they are established, since they have a name, they raise funding from financial institutions, insurance companies, and pension funds and banks. Now, VCs themselves take up a loan which is long term in nature. If you see, it is written that it is generally for a period of 10 years, and in return for the capital infusion, as already told, they get the equity in the startups. Now, there are four stages at which venture capitalists can invest in your business. Early stage, stage one, seed capital, then expansion, then acquisition stage, and miscellaneous when, say, there is a sudden requirement of funds, working capital needs to meet the working capital needs for a startup. If I talk about the performance of major venture capitalists, first on in this slide you can see which were the firms in 2018 which received maximum funding from venture capitalists. Now this is for 2018: Swiggy, Oyo, Paytm. Now Oyo has received subsequent funding also. Can anyone tell me which is the biggest investor in Oyo in terms of venture capital? कहाँ से फंडिंग मिली थी ओयो को? और ओयो ने मल्टीपल राउंड्स देखे हैं फंडिंग के. SoftBank, good. SoftBank has infused a lot of capital in Oyo rooms. Then this was for 2020. Okay, as discussed, Oyo received fresh funding also. Then Paytm, Udan, Delivery app, and Lenskart. Okay, and if I talk about the biggest VCs in India in 2020-21, that is the financial year we are in, then Sequoia Capital. Now, this is the biggest in terms of capital infusion for the last year. In spite of the pandemic and everything, India has seen a good amount of startup funding in the last year, and this firm tops the VCs in India. You see, there is a deal count of 42, and major investments have been in Unacademy and Cred. Okay, so this is about the performance of venture capital firms in India. Another related term which we use many a times, we use interchangeably, but it has a different meaning, is private equity. Again, a non traditional source of finance for a company. What is private equity? What is private equity? It's better I call out names and then ask, because otherwise the class is non responsive. Yes, Abhishek, what is private equity? सुना है आपने प्राइवेट इक्विटी के बारे में? नो आइडिया. भव्या? None of you have heard, Piyush, what is private equity? टर्म सुनी होंगी आपने. मेथडोलॉजी, मोडस ऑपरेंडी सेम है. फंडिंग प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं फर्म्स को. But the first and foremost thing is that here the funding is being provided to non-listed firms, private firms. That is why the term private equity. The firms which are private in nature, not listed on any stock exchange. Apart from this, the second thing to be noted is that the private equity funding is generally at the stage of growth or maturity. So, it is a firm which is buying another firm and say it is restructuring it, expanding it, or reforming it. So, private equity firms buy an already existing company. So this is not a startup and then they are restructuring it, turning it around. Basic principle is the same, that there is capital infusion in return of equity which is then sold at a later stage to make profit. So, some of the private equity firms, big private equity firms in India are mentioned on your screens also. They invest in private companies or conduct buyouts of public companies that result in delisting. So, one thing I told you is that they are investing in private firms. Second way around can be that they are conducting buyout. They are leading, this capital infusion is leading to delisting of the company. So, company continues to remain private company per se. Okay. Now, capital is raised from retail and institutional investors to bring in new technology, expand the working capital, go for acquisition, or strengthen the balance sheet, improve the assets in the balance sheet. Even when IPO firm is coming up with IPO, it can go for private equity funding. Now, if we talk about private equity firms and how are they performing in India, what has been the performance over the years, then starting from 2019, obviously it was much better as compared to the previous financial year. If I talk about India, then a lot of private equity is flowing and is expected to flow further in the real estate sector. Okay. In the last year, there has been a lot of private equity funding in the healthcare sector, life sciences projects, even in the education sector. There has been a lot of funding. If you read the firms find, PE firms, they find that education sector has a lot of potential, and big private equity firms are coming in India to put infuse equity into Indian companies. Um, Latest piece of information is that there is a US based private equity firm, global firm hai, by the name of Invest Corp, and it is investing in Indian company Unilog, so which is a software company. So, India is a hot hub for private equity firms, though there has been a decline in 2020-21 as compared to 1920. But as I told you, there have been editorials on how it can bounce back, and now in this year, 60% of the infusion is expected in the real estate sector. Okay, so this was how private equity was growing up to 2019. Now, this value has fallen to I think around 25 billion. You people also check, and as I told, infrastructure and real estate is there are two avenues which are seeing continuous growth in terms of PE fundings. Then these were some investments, top PE investments in 2019. Very important from your exam point of view, the difference between private equity and venture capital. So, first and foremost is the meaning. Private equity is for firms which are not listed on any stock exchange. Venture capital is funding to small firms, small business startups which have a high growth potential. Now, stage of investment for venture capital, as I told you, generally is the initial stage, while for private equity, it is the later stage of growth or maturity. Now, a venture capitalist firm will invest in a large number of companies, but private equity firms generally have the focus to invest in a few companies because they are making substantial investment as compared to VCs. There are some examples like SoftBank is going for both venture capital infusion and private equity infusion, so there might be common firms which are going for both types of funding. Now, consideration for venture capitalists is that they go for startup companies, good growth potential, while private equity is for mature companies having a good track record. इंडस्ट्रीज का फोकस वेंचर कैपिटल में हाई टेक्नोलॉजी नोवेल बिजनेस आइडिया, that is the focus there. And then you see risk is much higher in case of VCs as compared to private equity. Was प्राइवेट इक्विटी के केस में आपके पास पास्ट परफॉर्मेंस रिकॉर्ड्स कंपनी के हैं, so you know how the company is performing and has grown from day one. But for VCs there is no such information related to the startups, so they are working more on their own research, gut instinct, and ownership in case of private equity can go up to 100% in form of a merger or buyout, as I told you, while in case of VCs it is generally a minority stake less than 49%. Okay, so after this, what are the ways to measure IPO success? So IPO is successful when the company is receiving a good response from the general public. Your issue is getting proper subscription, minimum subscription, or over subscription, that is over enthusiasm from the participants, from the public. And then post the listing, the share price is stabilized and is growing. So, success is measured with respect to three central parties: the sponsors, the directors, and the investors. Starting with the issuer, sponsor, your merchant bankers. For them, what is the measure of success? That they have got a good valuation, a good issue price, and a healthy aftermarket, that is post the listing the trading is going well with a steady appreciation of the share in the market. For the directors, a good image of the company, proper corporate governance in the company means that the company is running well post the IPO also. And for investors, Yes, it is the return on the investment made, which is a measure of success of the IPO. Okay. So what we will do is we'll stop here